Hey everybody, we've been having some technical difficulties. I know we've gotten a couple of calls. We've got a lot of moving parts, as one might imagine in a telethon like this. So I've got the Old Reliable here on my cell phone, and we have got, I'm going to flip things around so you can see what we got here. We are plugging things away, but welcome to the telethon. I know we haven't gotten to say welcome yet. We have our executive director, Veronica Campbell, right over here. This year's theme is all about collections. We're working diligently in the background. We're going to try and get our regular gig set up. So maybe in a little bit we'll have one of those. But for right now, I know we've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. We have so many people to thank already who have helped us out on this telethon. So we've got our booth announcers. We have Van and Nick right over here. And what do you have for us right off the bat?
Well, Andrew, thank you very much. The Port Huron Museums would like to thank our wonderful community supporting sponsors, and we urge everyone to please do business with them. Our sponsors for this half hour are Marysville Tire and Auto and Kearns Realty. Marysville Tire and Auto provides tires and auto repair in Kimball, Port Huron, St. Clair, Marine City, and Marysville, Michigan. They believe that one visit with them will make you a customer for life. Marysville Tire it satisfies their customers, and they speak for themselves in saying that they have exceeded their expectations and continue to provide amazing service beyond a tune-up or tire rotation. Consistency is the key. Marysville Tire and Auto looks forward to serving you many miles down the road. When you need caring, professional, and affordable car care, depend on Marysville Tire and Auto. Just click MarysvilleTire.com, that's MarysvilleTire.com, or give them a call at 810-364-4700. Kearns Agency, always there for you. Whether you're purchasing or selling a home or business, the team at Kearns Real Estate is ready to handle all your real estate needs. Since 1972, their clients have always been at the heart of what they do. Nearly 50 years later, customer service is still their top priority. Kearns Realty thanks you for your continued trust and support, even in the most difficult times. Happy holidays from everyone at Kearns Real Estate. Contact Kearns Real Estate today at 810-987-3330. That's 810-987-3330, or visit KearnsAgencyMI.com. That's KearnsAgencyMI.com.
All right, thank you so much, Van. So, like I said, we've got all of these great and thankful people who have come out to already help us out, to be sponsors for our program. But you're probably wondering how I can help. The best way is going to be going to phmuseum.org. You'll find all of the details right there. Or give us a call at 810-982-0891. We're, again, having a couple of technical difficulties. As you might imagine, in something like this, we got some new equipment. So until we get some of that sorted out, we're bringing it to you old school from my phone here. So we'll have some more of that information for you and a little bit more about some of the cool things we have going on. But to keep things on track, I'm going to flip things around, and we have Carol from the Escape Room, from Hallway Escape, and from the Foundry. So, Carol, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Andrew.
Yeah, we're so excited. You volunteered like last minute. You know, we were so excited. We were mentioning earlier, I don't know if it came through on the feed, we have all these live talents from around the community, which is great to have, but you know, and it's a time where you don't want to risk being sick, bringing anything around. We've had some people had to quarantine at the last minute, so we're so thankful you were able to come and join us. So maybe you could tell us a little bit. I'm not even sure exactly what all we've got on the docket for you. So this is all right.
So Andrew mentioned to me last night that he needed some talent, and I'm not all that talented, but I do know how to make people have fun. So one of the things that my business, the Hallway Entertainment, does, aside from escape rooms, which most people are aware of by now, but the other thing that we do are game shows, and it's really hard for me to explain what a game show is to people via marketing. So I figured, why not take this opportunity and have some fun, kick this off with a little bit of energy, and show the people of Port Huron what a game show is all about. So what I do with the game shows at the Hallway Entertainment is I take we need at least 12 people. I've done groups as large as 70 people. And what we do is we take those groups and we divide them into 2 teams, okay? And then we have them compete in mini games for points. and all of the games are fun and take very little actual brain knowledge, okay? So you guys are going to demonstrate one of the games that is actually, all of you are on the same team, okay? So normally what we would do is we would have the first team come up. They'd have 2 minutes to get through as many of them as they possibly can. I'll explain what that means in a second. And then the other team would have a chance to choose their 4 people to come up and get through as many as they can within the same 2 minutes, okay? So this is a little scary because I'm going to ask you guys to put on a blindfold in front of this camera, in front of the entire city of Port Huron, okay? You don't have to do it right this second. What's going to happen is I am going to give you a definition of a 4-letter word. You guys feel confident about that?
Yep.
Okay, a definition of a 4-letter word. That's it, okay? You're always going to be the first letter, you're always going to be the second letter, you're always going to be the third letter, and you're always going to be the 4th letter. You are not allowed to stand up. Standing up when you're blindfolded is not a good idea, okay? So I'm going to read that definition. I'm going to hand you letters mixed up over your shoulders. You guys have to use teamwork and communication to figure out what word you need to spell. Do you guys have any questions?
Okay, this should be fun. We've got Kayla, who works here at the museum. My mother, who is actually a museum volunteer. My brother, and Shelly, another museum worker. So it's got some fun folks here who are very brave.
All right. I need my phone for the timer. Sorry about that. All right. I'm going to put a timer on my phone for 2 minutes, and we're going to see how many of these words you guys can get through in 2 minutes. And the rest of you guys get to sit back there and giggle and laugh because you know what the word is, and you can't help them or tell them at all. Okay, you guys all ready?
Yep.
All right. This first word, the first one that you're going to be solving, it's like a test. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. It's like a test. It's like a test.
They've got their letters.
So, what letter do you have? Figure out what letter you have.
That's
Do we
the
feel
last
it?
letter.
Yes, feel it.
Oh. Okay.
Oh,
Evan?
yep, that one's
That's
yours.
for you. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, what are you trying to spell?
I don't know.
Oh,
I know.
I
What's
know.
the definition?
Talk to each other.
Oh, what letter?
What letter do you
I have you.
I
I have
We're
you.
doing quiz.
I have a quiz. I don't know
Oh.
what I have. Maybe
Q. Do you have a Q?
I think it might be a Q.
I have a U.
I.
Z.
Good
All right.
job.
There we go.
All right.
Okay, that's number 1. Put your letters up. I'm going to take them from you real quick, and then we're going to do the next word.
Okay. I'm ready.
All right,
Speed
you guys
round.
get it now?
Yeah, for sure.
Hold on a second. All right,
I'm ready.
This is something. Here's your letter. Here's your letter. Here's your letter. Here's your
Okay.
letter. This is something that a comedian tells.
I've got an E. I'm thinking joke.
Yes, I
Joke?
got a K.
Okay.
There's O.
For sure.
I've got an O.
Okay. Oh, I got the
You got the
This
K?
is a
I got the
J.
K.
We'll
Pretty sure.
pass that
I
down.
got.
Is that a J? Is that a J?
Probably. Yeah.
Here's the J for
I
you.
got the K.
Right here.
Is that right?
No, you got it. Is this the J? You got it.
All right, let's your letters up. You got it.
I got
Joke.
the J. J.
Go.
Go.
Go. Letters up. Good job.
All right.
I'm going to give you the next one.
Oh,
Let's do
I'm
it.
going to pause my time real quick.
I think I finally get the hang of it.
Okay. All right.
We're doing pretty good.
I'm just glad there are only 4 letters.
Yeah.
Terrible speller.
Yeah.
Terrible speller.
Yeah.
Start the timer again in a second. I just pause it because I normally have an assistant for this part. Okay, this one. It's a person that cooks food.
Oh, chef.
Chef. I've got an H. I'm right here.
There's the F. I think I have an E.
Ooh, we'll pass
Okay,
that
there's
E
the
now.
F. There's the
Got
C.
Here's the E.
Man,
There's
we're
the
rocking
C.
it. Okay, got it.
Good job. All right, letters up.
The
Chef.
right way.
Go fast.
There we go. We got the letters even reading right.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, this one. It's a very large leg muscle.
Oh, calf?
Here's
No.
the A.
Your quad.
No, I've got a
Here's
U.
the
I have an
quad.
A. Here's the D. Here's A. the U.
Oh, I've got the U. What?
What? Oh, wait. I got the A.
Oh, I got
Oh,
a Q.
we'll
I
pass
got a
the A
Q.
down.
I got a
We'll
Q.
pass the A. There's
I
the
think I need a
Q.
Q. Okay.
Q's all yours.
All right.
All right, good job. Letters up. I'm going to pause the time real quick. Like I said, I normally have an assistant for this game. but
Go
here
blue.
we are.
This is definitely very unorthodox. Like last minute, live on a telethon.
Okay. And while we're
Yeah.
paused, I'll tell you that I have this game set up so we can play it all throughout the year, but I also have a holiday version of it. So, for example, this game would be played with all holiday words.
Mm.
But I didn't want to give that away because I have so many of those this week.
Right. There's comment below if you're maybe going to one of those holiday parties, or maybe you've been to one of the escape rooms. You've been.
All right, the next
Oh,
one.
right.
This is another word. This is another word for a nap.
I got
Man,
O.
I think this is an N.
No one else sleep
This
is
is
more
a
than
D. Man. got an E.
Maybe it's not an O.
Maybe
Circular.
this isn't a maybe it's not
Four-letter
an
word.
N.
What do we have?
Or a snooze, perhaps.
Snooze. I got an E. This is definitely an N, I think.
O.
What else could this be? What do you have up?
I thought it was an O, but maybe not.
Well, it's not a Q if we don't have a U.
Oh, you feel it.
Well, how are we doing?
E.
I don't know. N.
Oh.
Oh,
Up, your time is up.
What was it?
It was you can take your blindfolds off, you can look at your
geez.
letters.
It was an O.
You had no.
Oh, it was a Z.
A
Z.
Z, not an N.
So definitely not
Confusing.
No it.
Okay. Well, it could
Nice.
have
This
been an
is
N.
back for
Thank
you guys.
you.
Thank you.
Now is that the all-time high score? Okay.
So you guys got quiz, joke, chef, quad, and you did not get those. So you got four.
4.
Four. So like I said, what we would normally do is you guys would have been one team. You'd go
Mhm.
back, you would have gotten 4 points. And then we would call up the opposing team to do the same thing, and they would be trying to beat that particular thing. So I have
Which they would.
They might. They might. So I have one other game that I brought with me if you guys are still willing to
Sure.
participate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so this one's going to be a little bit more challenging. Who's your teammate? Pick your teammates. Well, 2 people on each team.
All right, I'll
Me.
team with the boy. Yeah.
Okay, all right, stand up, please. We're going to remove the chairs.
All right, we've got like museum staff versus volunteers here.
Yes.
You'll notice we are also broadcasting live here from Discovery City, so it's a bit more messy than it was at last year's telethon.
Second, Andrew. Talk about collection stuff.
Yeah, so while we're getting set up here, we're doing, again, some more technical work. But the theme, again, this year is all about collections. The museum here has over 20,000 items in our museum collection, and they range in size from thimbles on up to whole buildings, like the Fort Gratiot Post Hospital or the Camera Cabin here. And one of the things we're really looking forward to is visible storage. It's kind of a new trend in the museum world. So if that's something sounds like you want to help out with, check us out at phmuseum.org or give us a ring, 982-0891. That's area code 810. Operators are standing by, and we can actually say that this year. We have a phone bank. We'll show you in just a little bit, but I think we're all set up here. All right.
I'm ready to go.
All right.
So you guys figured out your teams.
Yes.
Okay, what's your team name?
The Wombats.
The Wombats. Okay, what are you guys?
I don't know.
The Blue Sharks.
Blue
Yeah,
Sharks.
sharks.
I
Yes,
love it.
absolutely.
Quick thinking. That is what is going to be needed for this game.
Named both teams. All right.
All right. So the Blue Sharks and the Wombats. All right. I'm going to try to keep that in my head. So one of you guys on each team is going to be a ball holder. Okay? The other one is going to be a buzzer hitter. Figure out amongst yourselves which role you want to have.
Okay, I'll be the buzzer hitter.
You're going to be the buzzer hitter. All right. Let's stand over here. Let's have 2 here, 2 here.
Ooh, I don't want to, say anything, but people in the comments are cheering for the Wombats.
Yeah!
Go Wombats.
So you're underdogs.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to read a clue, and the first 2 clues that I read are probably going to make no sense to you, but then you're going to get it, and you're just going to roll with it, okay? When when either of you know the answer, you tell your buzzer hitter, or if you know it, you hit the buzzer, okay? Then you give the answer. If you guys hit the buzzer and get the answer wrong, you're going to get a ball added to your stack. If you hit the buzzer and you get it right, they're going to get a ball added to the stack, okay? The team that drops all of their balls first, or any of the balls first, loses. Okay? And so you guys, as the buzzer hitters, are going to get the opportunity to choose whichever ball that you want from my golden boxes. Okay? So you're in charge of hitting the buzzer. Okay. And you're in charge of stacking the balls. The balls cannot go in your pockets or in your clothes or anything like that. Other than that, it's fair game. Okay? All right, you guys ready and understand?
I put the ball, or you put the ball?
You do.
I do.
Yep, you put it on your own person.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay. And so the clues, okay?
Maybe-
This is where it gets.
Can we take just like one little half step in? I know we're kind of close, but
Hey, I've actually never played it with people this close.
oh, this is a fun wrinkle.
This could add something to the game.
Fun wrinkle.
I'll step behind here in a second, and so you can be.
So you don't get hurt when the buzzer.
Yeah, I'll get out of here. Right? Okay, so the first clue. This is where I said it's going to take a second to get. So, Donald's mosquito bites. Who's a famous Donald that you know?
Duck.
Who else? Okay. And then what's a word that rhymes with Trump, but means mosquito bite?
Bump.
Bump. So the answer would be Trump's bumps.
Okay.
Okay, so it's always a famous person and a little definition of a word, and then their last name. No, but I mean, if you shout it out and then he hits the buzzer and he says it, he gets it.
Buzzer.
Okay. All right. And I'm gonna separate these out just a little so I can see the buzzer. Sometimes this gets really intense and people get real upset if I don't.
We don't
hit
want
the
to
buzzer.
fight on TV.
We don't want to fight on TV. That would not be good. Okay, so here's the first one. You guys ready? Get your buzzer hands ready.
I'm ready.
Beyonce's list of things to accomplish. Beyonce does have a last name.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. There we go.
Nose rolls?
No, you're so close.
Yes.
List of things to accomplish.
I don't know.
You don't know? All
To
right,
do.
well, regardless,
Yeah.
you get a ball.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to take a guess?
No, I don't know.
Knowles goals.
Nose
Oh.
balls.
So
Okay.
the first two always take a second.
Yeah.
All right. Katie's friend Tinkerbell.
Who's Katie? Katie's friend. Friend Tinkerbell.
Harry's Mary.
Oh my!
You guys have to put a ball.
Oh.
All right.
Wombat, you got fans out there you gotta.
Okay. All right. This one's for you.
All right. Justin's really high temperature.
Beaver fever.
Yep.
Beaver fever.
Yeah.
All right. Brittany's terrors.
Oh.
Dang it.
Yeah, and there's all different sizes. All right. Tom's cheerleader underwear. Tom's cheerleader underwear.
Cruise.
Nope.
Make space. Make
Yeah,
space.
you got it. All right, add a ball to your stack.
Dang it.
Good one.
Okay.
All right. Ashton's meat market
Butcher,
man.
butcher.
Add a ball.
Wombats. Wombats.
I got it. All right. Barack's mother.
Obama's mama.
All right, add a ball.
Oh.
All right, this one's hard, but you guys are in the museum, so I think you'll be able to get it. Okay. JFK's comfortable conveniences.
Kennedy's.
Amenity.
Kennedy's
Okay.
amenities.
Okay.
Good
You guys
one.
got a ball.
Good one.
This is bad, dude.
I got it.
You got small balls.
Nicholas's extreme anger.
Cage- oh, no.
Cage trade, add a
Oh,
ball.
boy. All right.
Carefully, because I don't.
All right. Brad's baseball gloves.
Hit me.
It's too hard, but it's okay. I'm gonna give it to you. Got the ball over here.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Wombats are fierce.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do one more, and then I think my time is about out.
Okay.
This one's for all the balls, right?
For all the
All the
marbles.
balls.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with another historical one because this is a museum, right? Martin Luther's jewelry. Kingsbridge. Kingsbridge.
Oh.
Okay, you guys lose.
All
I'm
right,
so
we'll put
sorry.
them all
You
in.
guys win.
Blue
Shark.
shark.
Good job. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And then they all.
Ah.
So the hallway. I'll clean them all up. So the hallway, all about fun and entertainment for small groups and for large groups. Come check us out and come check out the museum too, because we're only about a block away from each other.
Yeah, well, thank you again so much, Carol. Check that out. We're going to put up, I think, all the links when we're done with the telethon to all of our presenters, all of our sponsors. You'll be able to find that online. But we have got, let's see. We're filming over there. What's the latest?
All right. So thank you so much, Carol. We are so happy to have you step in. Really appreciate all your help. We have, so far that I've heard, about $300 in donations. So
That's
a
pretty
great
good.
Start. Thank you guys so much for hanging in there with us. We're really excited. We're about ready to get back up and rolling through our regular feed. So hang in there, and we're really excited. I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to our sponsors really quick.
You know, I want to show off just one thing real quick. I just want to show you guys the amount of equipment we are working with. There's a whole lot. So all those moving pieces. Thank you so much to Lear Sobey, our volunteer producer. I won't take any more time from him, but we literally couldn't do this without him. And I think we're going to be good to go in just a little bit. But we have another word from our sponsors. Van.
Thank you very much, Andrew. This half hour is being sponsored by Kearns Agency. Always there for you, whether you're purchasing or selling a home or business. The team at Kearns Real Estate is ready to handle all your real estate needs. Since 1972, their clients have always been at the heart of what they do. Nearly 50 years later, customer service is still at the top of their priorities. Kearns Realty thanks you for your continued trust and support, even in the most difficult times. Happy holidays from everyone at Kearns Real Estate. Contact Kearns Real Estate today at 810-987-3330. That's 810-987-3330. Or visit KearnsAgencyMI.com. That's KearnsAgencyMI.com. And Marysville Tire and Auto. They provide tires and auto repair in Kimball, Port Huron, St. Clair, Marine City, and of course Marysville, Michigan. They believe that one visit with them will make you a customer for life. Marysville Tire and Auto's satisfied customers speak for themselves in saying that they have exceeded their expectations and continue to provide amazing service beyond just a tune-up or a tire rotation. Consistency is the key. Marysville Tire and Auto. When you need caring, professional, and affordable car care, depend on Marysville Tire and Auto. Just click MarysvilleTire.com. That's MarysvilleTire.com, or give them a call at 810-364-4700. That's 810-364-4700. Thank you, Andrew.
Well, thank you, Van. And Van is another one of our wonderful volunteers with that just beautiful voice. I could listen to it all day. We're going to be listening to it through quite a bit of the day. But are we going to be... What do we think? We're going to film one more segment here, I think, while we still work out a few more things. So over here, we have a very exciting segment. We have some belly dancing. But before we get to that, I think we've got just another couple of minutes. I always want to take the opportunity, because I know one of the things that we are missing out on is that the program we run, we're running this the program through Lear's production stuff, which is it's way outside of my wheelhouse. I do old-timey things. I do not do technology more than the phone I'm holding here. But we'd be running some banners about our sponsors, so we wanted to make sure to get those sponsorships in and remind people that we have a phone bank standing by, and this might be a really good opportunity, since we have just a couple of minutes, I think, till we technically get to our 1 o'clock spot. But we have a phone bank over here. Wave hello, phone bank. So they are waiting for your call. We've been getting some already. So the phone number here is 810-982-0891. Give them a ring. You can donate today. They can tell you about some of the special offers we have on. We have some coffee mugs available, which, do we have one up here? We should definitely get one up here to show you guys the coffee mugs we have in store for you. One of the other things I want to take just a brief second while we have, a second or two here, is I want to show you guys where we are. We're broadcasting from the Carnegie Center, and it is, of course, Discovery City. We've had to actually move a few things out of the way. We've got, Al's workshop, Edison the dog here. This is quite different than last year, where things were very, very stark. This year, we've got this whole exhibit, so we're making do with all of this in the same spot. We're in the same galleries, believe it or not, even though there's carpet down and all of this fun stuff in here. But just wanted to talk about some of the differences in this year's telethon from last year's. But, ladies, we have Anne Elizabeth Moth, we have Lauren Nelson, and we have, I think we're going to have some belly dancing here. So you want to tell us a little bit about what we're going to be seeing here maybe beforehand, or do you want to dive right in? Totally up to you. We're going to dive right in. So I'm going to step back. In fact, I'm going to, just 1 second, do my best to make sure our lens is nice and clear, because like I said, this is a little impromptu, but I think we've got a little bit of music, and we're going to hit it. Hey!
Thank you.
Breathe now.
All right, so this was very exciting. Something you don't normally see, I think, in museums. Except I guess we did have this last year at the Telethon. It was so popular. We're so glad you could come back. So, do you want to maybe tell us a little bit about what we saw, what you did, what you do?
Sure. So, as you said, my name is Anne Elizabeth Moss, but you might see me on social media as Rixar, so that's my stage name. So a little bit about me is that, yes, I am a professional belly dancer, so I perform, but I also teach. So this year, last year I was primarily performing, telling you a little bit about what I do. So I'll obviously still do that, but I have my lovely friend and student here. So I thought it would be a great time to show you what you'd actually see in my class. So,
And I'm just here to prove you don't have to look like Anne to do this. I've only been doing this for about a year, so I'm not nearly as good as she is, but it is a fun way to just move. So.
yeah.
All right, solid. Well, if you've got some more, want to show us some samples?
So in my class, we'll start with a warm-up. So I'm going to show you what a sample like warm-up and stretch and core section will look like. Obviously, it's going to be condensed. But if you want to just watch, feel free to watch. But if you want to actually stand up and do this with us, feel free.
All right, so I think it's just 1 second. We're going to get started. We've got one more word from our sponsor that we've got coming up here. And because, again, without our sponsors, without all the people calling in and pledging, which you can call in at 810-982-0891. Again, that's 810-982-0891. I'm going to walk things back over here. Before we get back to the second half of that, we've got another word, I think, from a different sponsor this time, right?
We're glad to say that this hour is being sponsored by Fort Gratiot Big Boy. And I'll tell you what, if you're looking for a catered meal for your office or small event, just go to easycater.com. Or if you're looking for a great homemade meal, give your local Fort Gratiot Big Boy a call. Fort Gratiot Big Boy offers free delivery within a 5-mile radius, and they have curbside pickup. Just call 810-985-9691 ahead to place your order and pay over the phone. And one of their fast, friendly servers will bring your food out to your car. Check out your local Fort Gratiot Big Boy on DoorDash for even more convenient delivery. Call 810-985-9691 or order online at www.bigboy.com for more pickup or delivery. That's www.bigboy.com. Thank you, Andrew.
All right, thank you, Fan, and thank you to Bob's Big Boy for sponsoring our belly dancing. So I know I go to Big Boy a whole lot. It's one of my favorite places. But anyway, so we've got another second to take a breather, catch up from that opening number, and we're going to do a little bit of what we might see in a typical class here. So.
All right, so this is actually a warm-up from another class that I teach called Belly Fit, but I think it's a great way to just warm up our big muscles and get ready for belly dance type of moves. So I'm going to break it down a little bit more during our warm-up than I would in a class, but the big thing about what I always try to say at the first class is I've been doing this for 2 decades, so please don't feel like, especially your first time doing any of this, that you're going to look like me. You're definitely going to not realize all the muscles that you're using, and you're going to find some stuff that you probably haven't used for years.
So this one might be a fun one for viewers to try at home. You know, they might be on their lunch break right now, so if you're really brave, stand up where you are watching this and follow along, and throw it up in the comments if you do it.
Is that good? All right. So we're going to take our feet flat on the floor, toes forward on our knees, a little bit more than hip distance. Let's aim our arms up. Bring hands to the belly. Reverse. Soften the knees as you do this. Above the head, last time, hands at the heart, shoulders down, chest lifted, elbows up to the side. Press the hands together. Keep those knees soft. We're going to continue with some hip thrusts. Let's go to the left. Shall we go? Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeezing one foot at a time. Squeezing through the inner thighs. Keeping those feet flat. Trying to minimize the rocking of the upper body. Trying to squeeze in and up instead of out. We want to minimize the rocking out to the sides. All right, let's take it up to tempo. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Just get the hips to move. You don't have to look exactly like me. Let's add And if you want, we're going to add a hand gesture or mudra. Bring your thumbs together and the index fingers together. Bring it right below the chest. Keeping the knees soft. Back to front. Back to front. Back to front. All right, moving on. We're going to widen the feet. Inhale our arms up. And we're going to turn down that right knee to the floor. Lift the back right heel and toss the front arm away. Other side. Use the breath. Inhale, exhale. So I'm swiveling on the toes and lifting that back heel. Closing the hip, closing the knee. All right, let's move on. Couple dancing moves. Go wide, step behind. Wide, step behind. Not terribly, terribly wide. Just wider than we were. All right, we're going to add some hands. Just do the feet if you want. We're going to swoop to the front, turn it down, and do an elbow jab. Swoop out, turn it down, elbow. And again, add the breath. So we're working up the body, to the floor, and up. Big arms. Keep going. 2 more. All right, last move. We're doing an undulation. So I'm going to lift my upper back, forward and up the chest, come down with my upper abdominals, engage the lower abdominals, and release. So I'm lifting, rolling down. So I'm not going to break it down too much, but it's a lift, roll down. Lift, roll down. It's very fast because it's just our warm-up. So don't feel like you have to look like me. This is what it looks like from the side. Adding a step if you want. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. So on count 1, every time that chest lift, I walk. Arms relaxed if you want. You can just do the undulation. You don't have to walk. Adding that layer. Last little bit if you want. Add some arms. So just drag them up. Bring it down to the center. Do it again. Yeah. You're right. A little bit more. All right, let's go back to the beginning. Are you ready? Let's go back to the single hip bumps. I'm going to add some hands this time. Same hand to hip if you want. Otherwise, hands right here at the heart. Let's just do singles. I think that will be better for today, probably. All right, back to front for your eights. Back to front. Back to front. It's not a huge movement. Keep going. All right, moving on. Inhale up, toss it away. Let's do that elbow jab to the right. Inhale, behind. So I'm mirroring everybody. All right, last time undulation with arms if you want. Otherwise, just keep them right here at your heart. 2 more. All right, let's go back to those hip thrusts. Feet flat. The music's going to speed up, but we're going to slow down. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last 2. Slow it down even more. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. I'm going to pause our music and find something else because I'm going to continue on with a little bit of stretching. So we warmed up, but we didn't quite do enough stretching, I feel. So just give me a moment to find something fun.
So how many of you have been following along at home? Because I've just been sitting here filming this, and I feel quite warmed up. That really gets you, that looks difficult. Or at least, really get your heart pumping.
Yeah. It
That's
gets some
more.
big muscles moving, so it's not terribly, terribly intricate stuff. We just want to get everything moving. All right. So we are in our neutral position. For me, that just means I have 2 fist distance between my feet. If you need to go a little wider, you can. Soft knees. Hands above above, and I'm just gonna bring one elbow down and reach the opposite up. So I'm giving my body a nice side stretch, because we in belly dance do a lot with the midsection, right? If you want, we're gonna start to bend into the same knee as the arm we're reaching up. So you're really extending in through this midline, into the side. So I'm just dropping my hip down. Try not to twist forward. I'm just going down. All right, let's hold the left arm. I'm hearing you. You're gonna bring your left arm up and reach that wrist if you want. Grab onto that wrist. Shoulders down. Soften and round forward. And roll up. Reach down with that left elbow. Right arm is up. Grab the wrist. And around forward. And coming up. Let's do a few shoulder rolls. Up, back, down, around. Up, back, down, around. Find the beat. Doesn't have to be big, but if you want to, especially if you're at a computer, make it big. All right, let's wind our feet. Toes out, about a 45-degree angle. Arms come up. We're going to come down, bringing the tailbone down. Chest is lifting right over the hips. Keep going like this. My heels are in. Flat feet. Try not to lean forward or back. I'm not arching my back. All right, let's stay down here. So I'm bringing my arms up in a fifth position, so we still use some ballet terms. And I'm going to pulse, 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 pulse. And hold. I'm going to bring the right forearm to that right thigh and reach. Round that forward arm forward and reverse. And coming forward. So if you can see, I've got both my forearms on my thighs, so I'm trying to open through my inner thighs here. So I'm strengthening my core and my back. It's a very good workout. You can stay here or bring your arms out. So as you can see, arching my back. I've got a flat back. Knees open. Arms forward. Okay, look at the floor. A little shift side to side. All right, release it forward, heels back. You can grab your elbows and hang for a minute. Let the head be heavy. Walk over to that right foot or the leg, wherever you can reach. Walk through center and left. And back through center. Bring the heels in. Soften the knees, bend and straight. So I'm swiveling up my toes, bringing my heels in and back. Last time. Bring it down. One hand on one thigh. And the second. So I'm still leaning forward a little bit. Let's bring the left shoulder forward. I'm doing a little twist. Inhale. Exhale, twist other side. Ooh. Do it again. Inhale. Exhale. Other side. And last time. Good job. Heel toe together. Round through the upper back. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, press down and away. We're going to work into our ankles just a little bit. So I'm going to go this way, just so maybe you can see from this direction. And I'm going to put my hands either on my hips or right here on my heart. And I'm going to lift my heels. So I'm coming right up on my toes. Bend the knees while my heels are lifted. Flat feet with bent knees, and then come to stand. So I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to try to use our pelvic floor here, keeping your gaze at one spot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's reverse it. Bend the knees, flat feet. Lift up onto the toes with the knees bent all the way up, and stand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last 2 times. And breathe. Did I mention that? Maybe smile. That's also helpful. Good. All right. I think that's all right. Let's shake it up. Okay. Hope everyone's made it thus group of people, I would first want to tell everyone about our home position. So that's just how we stand and where our movement derives from in any of our movements, at least while we're a beginner. So again, I'm going to come with my toes forward under my knees into my personal hip distance. So again, for me, that's about 2 fists of a distance. But if you have any ankle or knee issues, come a little bit further apart. So I'm going to go this way too. So I've got a neutral alignment in my spine, especially my low back. So I'm not too posteriorly tilted or anteriorly tilted. So I've got somewhere in the middle, and I'm generally engaged through my lower abdominals here, but I'm not squished and so tight that I can't move from there. And then I've got my chest lifting right over my hips, shoulders down, crown of the head is reaching up, and I'm gently dipping my chin down, and I'm bringing my neck back. So a lot of us, myself included, jut forward a lot through the day, so press your neck back. Good. And we've got our natural second position. So this is not like a ballet position, but this is what we will generally use as a basic position in belly dance. So I've got my wrist down, and I'm not terribly flexed up or down, and I've got lots of extension and energy in my fingertips. Usually the middle finger and the thumb is a little bit closer than the other fingers, but that's a personal preference. And my elbows are also slightly bent and a little bit forward. So they're not directly out to the side, and I'm not terribly straight. But also just be mindful that you're not looking like a chicken. So we want to be graceful, right? And no matter what, I always want my knees to be a little bit bent. So that's a very different distinction from most other dance forms. For example, ballet, I know that they are really straight and lengthened through the spine or through the legs, but we're going to keep them soft. We can't really do anything with our hips if we lock our knees. So speaking of our hips, in our warm-up we do those hip thrusts or bumps. But for belly dance, I'm calling this move a hip single. So I'm going to focus on the up, so what that visually looks like. So I'm going to mirror you again. Let's go on your right. If I'm lifting up that right hip, I'm going to squeeze that same lower oblique, so right in this section, and I'm going to bend into that opposite left knee more. So I'm coming to kind of straighten the leg of the hip that's going up, and my lower abdominals, not just that oblique, is engaged, and my low back, I'm not popping my tailbone. Then through center, both knees are bent, and I've just got a neutral engagement through my lower belly. And then if I'm lifting up on the left, I'm squeezing through that lower left oblique, and then bending into that right knee. So I'm going to take out that neutral, and my upper body, I want to try not to bounce and let that head bounce up and down. So how I'm going to alleviate that is by bending the knees more. So it's going to work your thighs a lot more. I get that. But you gotta sit so that we don't overcompensate. And I don't wanna see this out to the side. So it's not as left and right, it's an up and down. All right, so let's come to that home position. And let's go up on the right, through neutral, and left. Pulling up on the right, and left. So I'm squeezing again through one oblique at a time, and my lower back muscles are also being used, but it's a little bit harder to focus on that, so don't worry. My feet are flat, and again, try not to, in the warm-up, I was going side to side. I don't want to sway, I just want to pull in and up. So I'm going to put on some music and do that. Maybe you guys want to try some with me?
Actually, I think we're going to take just one more quick break here at our quarter-hour mark. While they're getting that music set up, we have formulated ourselves a plan. I think we're going to be able to switch over feeds here in the not-too-distant future. We're thinking about 1:30. We're going to flip things over. But until then, we've got more with Big Boys Belly Dancing and another brief word from our sponsors here at the quarter hour.
Well, thank you very much, Andrew.
What do we got, Van?
This portion of the show is being sponsored by Ford Gratiot. Just go to ezcater.com. That's ezcater.com. Or if you're looking for a great home meal, give your local Fort Gratiot Big Boy a call. Fort Gratiot Big Boy offers free delivery within a 5-mile radius, and they have curbside pickup. Just call 810-985-9691 ahead to place your order and pay over the phone, and one of their fast and friendly service people will run your food right out to your car. Check out your local Fort Gratiot Big Boy on DoorDash for even more convenient delivery. Call 810-985-9691 or order online at www.bigboy.com. For pickup or delivery, that's www.bigboy.com.
All right. Thank you, Van. And Veronica, we've got, I think, a couple of things here briefly to talk about. We've got, I see what you're holding there. Why don't we start right there?
So this is our limited edition coffee mug for just this year's telethon. Any donation, $50 or more, gets a free coffee mug here.
And this is the only way to get this mug.
This is, yep. We won't be selling this in our stores at all. And definitely want to do a special shout out to Red Kettle Coffee Roasters for their help in getting these for the telethon. These are telethon only.
Yeah, so if you want to show you are a true supporter of the museum, you can give us a call at 810-982-0891. Go online at phmuseum.org. Give your $50, get your mug, show everyone what a big supporter you are of the museum. And how are we doing?
Right,
we've had some calls, right?
Yes, we've had a lot of calls. Thank you guys so much for hanging in there with us. First, I want to make a grateful shout out to Larry from Ferndale for a $500 donation. Thank you so much, Larry. And then I have the honors of marking us at just over $1,000.
Nice, we filled the bulb.
Thank you so much.
So we are a tenth of the way there, and we are going like gangbusters. Like I said, we are almost completely all set on the tech end. We've got operators standing by. We've got something really fun to bring you guys at 1:30, but we still have about 10 minutes over here. We are not done in our other gallery. So thank you. We had to break in for, again, our generous sponsors who made all of this possible, as well as giving people those updates. It's also thanks to talent like yours. So I will stop talking and hand things back over to you.
Gotcha, so let's review our hip singles. Downbeat on the up, on the right. So Lauren and I are going to do that together. We'll do that for a few moments with some music. And then I want to show you something similar to counterbalance that on the chest. And then if we have enough time and if you feel ready, we'll put it together if we can. So let's see how that goes. Yay, nice music. All right, so find your own position, arms out, or again, you can just bring it at your heart. So gently pull belly to spine, soft knees. Let's go up on the right. So lift right and left. So bend into that opposite knee. Try to lift the chest. Squeeze through one glute at a time, two if you can, and focus on that lower oblique. Right, left, right, left. If you feel like you have it in you to challenge yourself a little, you can bring your arms up, add a little challenge for your arms. All right, let's go a little faster. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. I'm going to add a little bit of an extra challenge it's giving me right now. I'm going to go into a releve. That means I'm just going to lift one heel. So I'm going to choose my right. I'm going to keep going with the hips and just lift one heel. Feels a little different. So I'm banging into that standing knee. Stay right here, or we're going to go into a passe. I'm going to lift that leg, point the toe, press into the opposite leg, into that calf. So you're really focusing on those lower obliques. Find the beat. Lift, drop, drop the releve. And flat feet. Woo! Let's try it the other side. Releve. Downbeat still right. All right, passe. Balance. Woo! One side's going to be harder than the other. This side's for me. Point the toe. And releve. Shoulders down. You can always come here. That's fine. Flat feet. Stay here. You can go a little faster. We're gonna go right here, as you can see. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Make it sharp. You hear that music? Find that beat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, shake it out. Keep your knees down now. Let's focus now a little bit on the upper body. So I want to do a chest lift. You'll probably see some dancers do that. So I'm going to imagine that my shoulder blades are coming together and kissing. And I'm going to use all of these upper back muscles to lift up and forward. And then to drop, I'm using my upper abdominals and I'm rounding a little bit. Try not to use the shoulders too much. They follow, they don't initiate. So on the side it looks like lift, drop, lift, drop. So I'm using upper back, upper abs, upper back, upper abs. See, nothing below my belly button is moving, and my head isn't moving. And as you can tell, I can talk and do this, so I'm not using my lungs, anything intercostally. All right, let's see if we can find that beat here. So down beat on the up and down, up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Arms in fifth if you want that extra challenge. It's gonna feel weird. Lift and drop. Lift and drop. Lift, drop. All right, let's go a little bit faster. Lift, drop, lift, drop. Stay in hold position, even with the legs. Don't straighten the legs. Lift, drop, lift, drop. Lift, drop, lift, drop. And shake it out. All right, let's see if we can put some of that together. I want to go autopilot on my hips. So just for about 30 seconds. So let's go right, left, right, left. And then match up the chest lift with my right hip and the drop on the left. Here we go. I'm lifting with the right hip and dropping with the left. Lift and drop. Lift and drop. Lift and drop. Arms in fifth if you can. So this is not 100% what I would do on a first class. I am going quite fast, but I'm not throwing you under the bus either. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, I think we're gonna finish our segment with one more duet, and we'll be all done with our segment here. So just give me one moment to find that song.
So while she's pulling that up, I'm so glad that, again, everyone can join us. I know we've had some technical difficulty, but I think it's been fun. I think we got a lot of it resolved. We've got one more segment we're going to show you that I think it's going to even be better to be able to bring it to you handheld like this. Then we're going to switch over to our other feed. So I think we'll be able to just keep on going live from the other feed. If nothing else, you'll just have to, press F5, refresh your Facebook page, scroll down, refresh it. You'll be able to see it. We'll jump right back in. Hopefully, fingers crossed, should be pretty seamless. And also, if you're enjoying this, again, donating is always great. Becoming a member is always great. One of the other best ways you can help us is give this a share. We've had a couple of those false starts, so share the video with your friends. Let them know you're watching. Let them know to tune in. But we're ready with that duet.
All right, so this is what I taught to my beginning students. Let's do it together.
يا رميني في الهوى
Yay! So thank you guys so much. Take a huge bow. I know that was a lot to put on, a lot of hard work, and doing it in front of other people, that takes a lot. So we really appreciate it from the museum. So ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, so we've got one more fun segment for you here before we, I think, switch over to our live feed. But we also have another quick break for our sponsors. Who's our sponsors on deck right now, Van?
Well, right now we want to especially thank our good friends there at the Fort Gratiot Big Boy. They're sponsoring this hour. And if you are looking for a catered meal for your office or small event, just go to easycater.com. That's easycater.com. Or if you're looking for a great homemade meal, give your local Fort Gratiot Big Boy a call. Call the Fort Gratiot Big Boy. They offer free delivery within a 5-mile radius. And they have curbside pickup. Just call 810-985-9691 ahead of time to place your order and then pay over the phone. And one of their fast and friendly servers will bring out the food right to your car. Check out your local Fort Gratiot Big Boy on DoorDash for even more convenient delivery. Call 810-985-9691 or order online at www.bigboy.com for pickup or delivery. That's www.bigboy.com.
All right, thank you so much. So, all right, so this next act I think you guys are going to love. This seems to have already been a museum staff favorite. I can hear all of them and how excited they are. For this, we're heading up to our mezzanines. We're heading upstairs. Now, again, I will remind people one of the best ways you can help us, besides donating and even just becoming a member today, you can also share this. Tell your friends, share it to any, maybe Facebook groups around here locally. Let other people in, because we have something I think pretty adorable up here. So we have. There we go, Paul. I was going to let you guys introduce yourselves. I didn't want to mix them up because I know so many.
We've got some puppies with us today, and they'll be in production in a couple of weeks. They're about 7 weeks old right now.
So we've got lots and lots of puppies. So tell us a little bit about Paws, Claws, and Oz.
So Paws, Oz, and Claws.
Paws, Oz, and Claws. See, I already messed it up. That's mea culpa.
So we're also a 501c3 nonprofit animal rescue. We're based out of New Baltimore, Michigan. We do both dogs and cats. We have a lot of kitties. We do puppies. Right now we've got 2 mamas with litters. So we've got a litter of German Shepherds and another litter of kitties. And then these guys are done with their mama. Their mom is actually nursing one of the other litters right now because it was an abandoned litter that was found in Detroit and they had no mom of their own. So their mom got taken hostage to nurse some other puppies. So now they're actually eating on their own. They're in foster homes. We just brought them with us today so everybody could see them.
No.
There is a kitten also.
Very cute. So I definitely am more of a kitty person than a dog person myself. So this is very exciting.
So here's our little kitten we brought. She's new. She's very sweet. She'll also be at production in a couple weeks.
So tell us a little bit more about maybe the adoption process. How does that all work?
Process, everybody can check out on our Facebook page. We've got a lot of our animals we list on there, or on our website. Our website is actually therescuepack.com.
Are you upset you're not getting as much attention as as the kitty right now.
But yeah, so all of our adoptable animals are posted on Facebook and on the website. We also use Pet Finder. And then as far as actually adopting, you just fill out an application on our website. And then we would give you a call. We usually send them to our fosters, so our fosters get to kind of talk to their adopter and tell them how they are. They know more about them than we do personally, because they live with them. So that way.
Sure. So how did you get into something like this? Tell us, maybe can you give us a little history of your organization?
So we actually volunteered at another rescue, and the two of us met there. And that's how we ended up starting the rescue.
Hi, buddy.
We just decided we kind of wanted to do things a little bit more our way and help animals out this way more too. So we do a lot in like the Port Huron, Marysville area. We actually live out this way. The rescue is based in New Baltimore, but we do a lot out here. So we do a lot of TNR, which is the trap, neuter, and release for cats out here.
Okay.
Just to try to kind of cut back on that loose cat population that is out here, the feral cats.
There can be a lot of kitties
There
out
are a
there.
lot. So that's where most of these kittens come from.
About how many animals do you help process in a year, or make their way
Since
we
we started, we've actually done about 600 different animals have come through and been adopted.
I'm sure you guys can hear this at home. This little buddy's a kind of a loud guy, letting everybody know.
Yeah. No. At any given time, we usually have around 50 or so cats, up to 100 during cat season, just because there are so many cats. So we can always use foster homes too. And then dogs. Right now, we have about 40 because we do have a lot of puppies.
Yes, I can see the entire museum staff, the sign of the gallery up here, is enjoying themselves.
As many as we brought today, but
And what type of pooches are these
so
guys?
these are pitty mixes. We call them Detroit Specials. They came from down in Detroit, down out that way. So we had Mama, and she had 10 puppies. So there are actually 10 of this litter. We just have 4 of them with us today.
10 brothers and sisters. That's a lot.
Yeah, so we have quite a few. And then, like I said, their mom is nursing another litter right now, and she's got about 7 right now. They're about 2 weeks old, so she had to start over with a new litter.
So, do you have any maybe good tips for a new pet owner? Something who might adopt or be interested. They see one of these adorable puppies. They see this adorable kitty. They want to take this kitty home. They fill out the application like you mentioned. What are maybe some of the biggest tips you could offer for a new pet owner?
So with kitties, I always suggest getting 2. I know that a lot of people want 1. They say it's a lot to get 2. With kittens, though, actually it is easier if you have a pair. They do a lot better together. They kind of give you a little bit of a break because they get very needy when there's just one of them.
Oh, sure.
It keeps them entertained. They're more group animals, so cats do really good with a friend. So I usually suggest with kittens to adopt in pairs. Puppies are different, obviously. They need the one-on-one in that training and stuff. So with the puppies, we always just recommend researching the breed. So looking into kind of the differences. So we have a litter right now of German Shepherds, and they are about a week old now.
No.
Very cute. They look like little teddy bears. They're super adorable. Everybody wants a German Shepherd, but we definitely, especially those kinds of breeds, recommend just doing your research, looking into.
Right. All puppies start out small, but some of them get big, right?
Adorable. But some breeds are a lot more work. Our pitties tend to be more mellow, snuggly dogs, and they're very sweet. They're very good family dogs. Whereas those shepherd breeds and things, they need a job. They need more exercise and more to do to keep them behaving.
Hi, buddy.
She wants to go home with you.
Well, my wife and I actually adopted 2 kitties in last year. So
awesome.
we took 2 off the mean streets of Frankenmuth. So they're brothers. They're little house panthers named Gilbert and Sullivan, and they are the nicest little kitties in the whole world.
And the boys tend to be snugglier with the
Yeah,
cats.
they are too.
The girls
very
are very
nice.
sweet, but they're more independent and playful. The boys tend to be the snuggle bugs.
Yeah. So, what other, maybe general pets or tips? Do you have any tips for maybe when pets get a little bit older? You say sometimes you foster pets, or what's it like to be a foster pet parent?
Fostering is a fun. You get to kind of borrow them for the time being and not take on as much responsibility. So we provide all the supplies. We provide food, cat litter if it's a kitty, puppy pads for the dogs, things like that, leashes, collars, everything that you can need. But you get to borrow them. So you get to keep them for as long as you can until they find new homes. So a lot of people really enjoy fostering. I love fostering. Like I said, especially with these puppies, we get to keep them for when they're really super cute like this and they have good puppy breath. And then as soon as they start to need training, they get to go to new homes and you get to start all over and get more puppy breath.
More puppies.
But no, it's a lot of fun and it really does help us a lot. We are completely foster based. So we have to have places to put them in order to help anymore. They have to be able to go to a foster home so we can take on more animals and keep helping the animals in the area.
I think one of the hardest parts would be saying goodbye.
Yes.
You can foster them, you raise them, and then you have to send them to a home, and it's hard, but it's rewarding. Once they go, you can help more.
Sure, it's always a challenge.
This one's our whiny one out of the group today. Everybody else looks pretty comfy over here. But yeah, no, we do a lot. We do a lot of different animals and stuff too. So do
you ever handle anything besides cats and dogs? Or it's almost always cats and dogs?
So we've done a couple of bunnies. We've done a couple of guinea pigs. I think that's pretty much all that we've personally taken. We will help transport there's a couple wildlife rescues that we've worked with and stuff, so we'll help get animals to where they need to go. So we've helped with some possums and raccoons and stuff like that, just helping them get to where they can be taken care of properly. Oh my goodness.
Oh, you have a lot to say, don't you, buddy?
She wants to be on camera.
So what do you viewers at home think? Which, or do you like cats? Do you like dogs? Do you like puppies? Do you like kitties? Which do you like more? And which do you think, So tell people how, if they see one of these puppies and they have, fallen deeply in love, because how would you not? How would you go about looking into adopting one of these guys?
So we
let everyone
have pictures of this whole litter. Like I said, there are 10 of them. So if you like one of these, but you want maybe a boy or a girl, our only boy over here is with his crazy ears hanging over here.
Oh boy.
The other ones with us today are the females. But there is, like I said, there are 10 of them. There's a whole litter, so we have 5 boys and 5 girls in this litter. She split them up nice and even for us. But they can go right onto our website. It's therescuepack.com, or they can go on our Facebook page. We have a lot posted on there, and there are pictures of all 10 of these guys.
And your Facebook page is?
It is, so it's just Paws, Aws, and Claws.
Paws, Aws, and Claws.
Yes, yeah.
We can check these guys out
you can
for
see these
sure.
guys. You can see our other adoptable animals also. We do have adult dogs and adult cats that are looking for homes as well.
Do you find there's any special challenges into adopting an adult animal rather than as a puppy or a kitty? And
I think
any good tips for that?
Yeah, it definitely depends on the animal and the home that they're going into. So a lot of the time it is just kind of warming up to a new environment. The older animals, puppies are very quick. You put them down. Kittens, same way. They find their way around the house without a problem. They love just being anywhere you put them. Whereas the older animals, it just takes them a little longer to adjust. However, they tend to do really well, and for someone who's looking for less work, in the long run, an older animal is definitely a better option. They're a lot less. You don't have to do the training, and you don't have to spend as much time with them. They do better when you work for longer hours and things like that. But we get a lot of cats, especially out this way, Port Huron area, where they have been unfortunately tossed out of their homes. So they are very sweet, loving indoor pets. They just need a new home. They need a new life. Yep, they need to start over with somebody who's going to treat them right and give them a fresh start. But a lot of, again, in the adult dogs, that's a good plus of doing an adult dog is it's less training. There's less. A lot of them are already for the most part potty trained and completely understand proper behaviors and things like that. Where as a puppy you're starting over.
All right.
You gotta learn everything.
You have to learn everything. All right. So anything else you kind of want to share, maybe that we didn't talk about? Or, again, people can check you out on Facebook. They can go to your website.
Yep, we can definitely check all that stuff out. I think the fostering, like I said, anybody who wants to foster, please reach out to us. We have an application right on our website. with our adoption applications, we also have a foster application, so please feel free.
Buddy, you're so
especially
tiny.
for the holidays. We love to see them get into homes and everything.
Such a
If
tiny
anybody
kitty.
wants to send them toys and treats and stuff, we have stuff on our Facebook right now. Also, we have an account on Chewy where you can send stuff.
I think, if nothing else, this is a good advertisement to, work at the museum or come be a museum volunteer. These are some of these perks.
These are the perks.
Right? These guys right here. Oh.
Coffee day, once a week. You know?
This one loves me, I'm sure of it.
This is, very, very relaxing. This guy's making a lot of noise too. Aren't you? Aren't you, bud?
Yeah, that was just been snuggled in the whole time.
All right. Well, thank you so much for bringing these guys out. Show them off. So again, they are all looking for some homes. So, if the museum hasn't spoken for all of them, they are up there. Check them out. So thank you again so much for coming out. I think we're going to go downstairs. We're going to check on our feed, maybe give one more shout out to some folks and see about switching over. Thank you again.
Thank you.
All right, we've got all of our nice Christmas decorations up this way. All right, so as you've heard, we've got all sorts of things for you coming up. I'm going to head downstairs here. We've got, again, our phone bank. I know some of them are grabbing some snacks. How are things going with the phone bank?
Wonderful.
Very good. We're not exactly ringing off the hook, but that's okay, because we've also told people to go to our website, right? phmuseum.org. So I think we've got one more sponsor break here, and while we're doing that, I'm going to hand things over actually to Veronica here. I'm going to check in with Lear and see how we are doing.
Why, thank you very much. This hour is being sponsored by your Fort Gratiot Big Boy. And again, if you're looking for a catered meal for your office or small event, just go to easycater.com. Or if you're looking for a great homemade meal, give your local Fort Gratiot Big Boy a call. Fort Gratiot Big Boy offers free delivery within a 5-mile radius, and they have curbside pickup. Just call 810-985-9691 ahead to place your order and pay over the phone. And one of their fast, friendly servers will bring the food right out to your car. Check out your local Fort Gratiot Big Boy on DoorDash for even more convenient delivery. Call 810-985-9691. That's 810-985-9691, or order online at www.bigboy.com. For pickup or delivery, that's www.bigboy.com.
Thank you. And now I'm going to turn the camera around on me for a minute and give you an update on where we're at. We have breached the $1,000 mark, and we are nearing the $2,000 mark. So thank you guys so much for all of your donations. We really appreciate it. I do want to make a couple of notes of thanking our sponsors for help making this event happen. Thank you to the staff. And I just want to kind of give you a little bit of a rundown of what the museum has been up to. We have been really busy this past year. We've got our trolley tours that Andrew himself runs, historic trolley tours that are super popular. The trolley does go to storage for the winter, so be sure to check those out when the trolley comes back out in April. We also have our lovely Discovery City exhibit here in the Carnegie. And this is a children's exhibit brought to the Carnegie Museum here thanks to the partnership with the city of Port Huron. Really appreciate all of their help and support in making this possible. We've currently got the Lighthouse Candlelight tours going on Fridays and Saturday evenings from 5 to 8 p.m. You can take a tour of the Fort Gratiot Light Station and actually climb the tower at night and get the best view of the blue. So be sure to check that out. And right now I'm going to take it over to Lauren Nelson, who will give us a collection spotlight.
So, this is actually it looks like a coffee pot. It looks like a teapot. This is actually a chocolate pot from around 1900. So it's a very specific kind of shape. If you're in an antique store and you see this kind of shaped pot, couple of key things to look for here is the tall, slender pot itself, the shape of the handle with this almost 90-degree handle, and the small little lid up there. So if anyone, you know, like me, a big fan of hot chocolate, you know the best chocolate is always at the very bottom, right, where it's nice and thick. So that's why the spout actually goes to the bottom of this coffee or chocolate pot.
Very cool. Thank you, Lauren. All right, and now I will hand it back to Andrew.
All right, thank you so much, Veronica. So, I think we are about ready to try switching over our feeds. Yes, so I'm getting the high sign from Lear. Again, thank you so much to Lear and all of his equipment. We really owe him a huge debt of gratitude. We had a little bit of trouble with the microphones this morning, but because one of the things is, you know, this is live, right? We're doing this live, so sometimes when you go live on Facebook, the only way to test things is live. So I think he's got the other feed up. If not, he is starting it right now. And we're going to take a break from this one. So we're not going away. We're going to end this feed. But if you just refresh your page, you're going to see us right back here with things more than just my cell phone, which I don't think the battery is going to hold out for the whole 8 hours we've got today. So with that, if this is the only segment you watch for whatever weird reason, because again, there's more. Just reload your page in a second here. Thank you so much from Port Huron Museums. We will be right back with that other feed and a lot more to go for the rest of the day. So with that, we'll be right back.